Nivaleth. A week had already passed since they had been staying with Elex. They had spent a wonderful time together. Perry and Dusty felt like they were part of this wonderful family. Perry had played with the children and told them stories of his travels to help them fall asleep. With wide, shining eyes, they had listened to his words while lying under their colorful blankets. Dusty and Elex's mother spent almost the entire day in the garden, harvesting vegetables together. Dusty was especially good at it and also taught the pony a whole variety of gardening knowledge. But the most amusing time of the day was still when they all cooked together. The children loved helping to dry the vegetables, set the table, or taste from one of the pots, something Elio was best at. Leonard had meanwhile decided that when he grew up, he also wanted to travel the world, just like Perry and Dusty did. And indeed, it was a very happy life the two of them were living. They also learned a lot from each other. For example, that Elex had once lived in a small town, but it wasn't an ordinary town. In fact, every single house was built in the treetops. And so, in the middle of that forest, if you looked up, you could see the residents hanging up their clothes to dry or doing other things. Perry was absolutely thrilled. "What do you think, Dusty? Should that be our next destination?" he asked the little pony, who was already full of anticipation. "Then I'll be the first pony among the treetops," it says happily. So it was decided what they would explore next. One evening, Elex's mother asked Perry whether he wouldn't like to have a wonderful lady by his side. He replied that so far his heart had not yet recognized anyone as his soulmate. He believed that there was a special connection that brought two people together and that it was a unique feeling when you met that person. In the past, before their queen had begun to reign, there had been countless partnerships formed only out of necessity or profit. As a young boy, Perry had often seen couples arguing and sometimes even how one betrayed or humiliated the other. Fortunately, his own parents had not been such a case. Because of these observations, Perry had decided early on never to enter a relationship with a woman that was accompanied by fear or pain. He had always found it a great mystery how a couple could live together without being completely in awe of one another. Respect for the person you love was something incredibly important, as well as supporting each other and bringing joy with small gestures from the heart. Now, luckily, all toxic relationships had dissolved and everyone was either happily alone because they preferred it now or united with a true soulmate. The entire population was grateful for this change. Having a relationship was still considered something very beautiful, but no longer a requirement for living a happy life. Perry was truly very happy, and he simply let love find him, if it was meant to be. On their last evening together, they held a small farewell celebration. Naturally, dinner consisted of roulades, and for dessert, everyone got a huge slice of raspberry cake. By the way, since your path leads close to the sea, you should stop by and visit my dear friend Jasper. He used to be a fisherman in the old days and has now, with the end of meat consumption, created something new. If I remember correctly, he now feeds the wild fish and teaches them tricks. His home is a large white and blue lighthouse, Elex suggested. It would be an honor to meet him, Perry replied. The next morning, when the grass was still wet with dew, the two of them set off joyfully. Elex and her entire family wished the travelers the best of luck wherever their path may take them. Oh, and if by chance you do, please give my regards to dear Löwen. She owns a small magical stationery shop in the city center, Elex explained. I'm gladly deliver your greetings. A stationery shop is truly exactly what I need. I wanted to spend some more time exploring the art of drawing, Perry said, and gave both ladies a hand kiss in farewell. And after everyone had warmly embraced and said their goodbyes, their journey continued westward.